I did appreciate when Trump went over and met with them.
End of that 9 months, I was malnourished. I couldn't even stand up or even lift my arm. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear North Korea? I'm from North Korea. I escaped North Korea twice. First time when I was 14 and second time when I was 16 and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And I know that a lot of North Korean defectors chooses to go to South Korea because the same language, obvious reasons, same
Right.
language, same food, right?
Right,
There's
right,
great
right.
support in South Korea.
Yes.
But for me, I couldn't go to South Korea because of, my father being Chinese and all. So South
Oh.
Korean government said, no, we don't
Yeah.
accept Chinese people as, refugees or economic migrants. So you're out of luck. And I was gonna be in trouble if I went back to China because, I already got captured once.
Oh my
And I was
stars.
deported back to North Korea. And I went to North Korean defectors detention center where I was forced to work up to 12 hours every day, eating 50 kernels of corn per meal for 9 months.
Wow.
And at the end of that 9 months, I was malnourished. I couldn't even stand up or even
sure.
lift my arm. So they eventually released me because I was a minor at the time. If I wasn't a minor, I would have been sent to 4 years of another prison camp. But because I was a minor, I was released to my half-brother's house. All that to say, yes. Can I actually ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Yes.
So, okay, so forget that you heard that from me, right?
We'll
Forget.
try, but I don't think so. All right.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear North Korea?
Communism.
Communism. How about you, Michelle?
Well, my son living in South Korea, it's his third year now. He speaks fluent Korean, he teaches English, does all those
Wow,
crazies.
that's
so
amazing.
it scares me a little because I've heard from his Korean friends that
Yeah.
they've been through, not as bad as you for sure, but they've been through some things.
Yep.
I think not just communism, but just not a good government for
Yep.
the country of Korea in general.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for the answer. Yeah, and that is correct. Yeah, communism and the government is really bad. North Korean people are nice,
Of course.
but yeah, it's the regime, right?
Yes.
That
For
is-
sure.
I did appreciate when Trump went over
Yeah,
his first term,
yeah, yeah.
his first presidency, when he went over there and met with them and said, hey, stop shooting rockets and
Yeah.
and I gained a lot of respect and understanding of, I think that's really what he was asking for, and he just
Yeah.
wanted to be recognized. And I think there's a lot to be said about that type of diplomacy. So
Well, he famously said, "I have a bigger red button," right? So
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
there were some words spoken that,
Pretty much, yeah.
But here's the thing too. Like, I really appreciated that too. It's like the first, like the U.S. president to actually go into North Korea, right, and have that kind of
Yes.
meeting, which which again, yes, it gained a lot of respect, but also at the same time, it could be a double-edged sword because North Korea will use that to their own benefits to brainwash their own people, saying, "Look, because our leader Kim Jong-un is so great that the world, like America, our enemy country leader,
Yeah.
came to our country."
but that would be true. So, but if we would have retaliated for him shooting rockets or something like that, and we sent in a couple of cruise missiles or something like that, the story still would have been the same. It would look
Yeah.
how bad
That would
the
have
West
been,
is, or
yeah,
look what
yeah,
they've done.
yeah.
And
It would have
so-
been not good for everybody. Yeah.
Right.
So I think what Trump did was was the right thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's the right.
But
thing.
I think it opened up the conversation a little bit.
Yeah. So
to
I have
see
another
him step
question
in.
for you.
Yes.
Your goal today,
Yes. Yeah.
what is that?
My goal today is to educate our fellow Americans about North Korea because there are people who really don't know what's going on in North Korea.
Yeah.
Like they think that North Korea is the bad one or the South Korea is the bad one, So people don't know a lot about it. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I know that my goal that I have is not going to be not going to be met today.
Well, of course.
It's gonna be.
But don't stop
Change
trying.
takes
Yeah,
time,
thank you so
yeah.
much.
Stop
Yeah,
trying.
yeah. So my goal for today is to reach as many people as I can and share the story, like how I escaped North Korea. Basically, my story.
I
yeah.
love that.
Because
Very nice.
thank you. Yeah, because I believe in the grassroots movement, right?
Of course.
And the more people knows about what's going on in North Korea, I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully that will bring some positive change. Within.
Are you hoping for the DMZ to go away and an open border, or are you hoping
That's
for a
right.
different regime? You're
Well-
hoping for the border to go away. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like, what I'm looking for, it doesn't have to be like North Korea and South Korea
Right.
reunifying, because that would be awesome, but for me, like at least people getting enough food, right?
For sure.
People are allowed to leave North Korea, come back to North Korea, right? And just having enough food, that's all I'm asking.
Right.
yeah.
Especially when South Korea has so much.
Right? Yeah.
I spent 10 days there in July, and
Nice. Did you like it?
I'm in love with it.
What was your favorite part about South Korea?
You're gonna find this really funny, but cleanliness. The
Oh my goodness, yes.
Just the people are so amazing.
Yep,
Of course,
yep,
the food
yep.
is ridiculous. It's
Yep,
incredible, but
yep.
everything's so clean. I
Yeah,
just was
yeah.
like, I mean, the floors on subways and trains are just.
I know. I've been to New York, right? Right before
Oh.
I went to South Korea.
Perfect.
I've been to New York.
Perfect
Yeah.
antithesis.
Right? I was like,
Goodness.
oh my gosh. Like, I could pick up food here and just eat it, It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so it was amazing.
New York is a little scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Your
your
English
amazing
is
question.
fabulous, by the way.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's the reason why people don't believe me when I tell them that I'm from North
No,
Korea.
you're from
speak really
Woodland
well.
Hills.
Right?